is Stephanie Pickard with Guitar Control, and today we're going to talk about major and minor keys and transitioning. So as always, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. So go to youtube.com/guitarcontrol and you will get notified anytime. Oh, let me know if you guys can still see me. Alright, so you will get a notification anytime we have a new video up if you click that bell. So be sure to click that bell. We have free videos up every day, like at least 1 to 2. So for myself and others, from any topic, ranging from theory-based topics like this to technique to songs, so check them out. Also, feel free to leave comments at any time for other songs and other topics you guys want to go over. They might wind up in one of these live streams with me. Remember, I'm here every Tuesday and Thursday, except this upcoming Tuesday, I'll actually be here on Monday since it's the 4th of July. So make sure you tune in, always at 7 Central. Thank you guys. So thank you for always coming back and checking these out. I really appreciate it. We appreciate your feedback. I will do about 30 minutes of lesson and then a 15-ish minute Q&A. So feel free to ask me questions. I'll also answer them throughout this chat. And yeah, I'll do my best to kind of explain to you and as fast as we can some different tricks and ways to look about this. So these ones go by so fast, so sometimes I'm just giving you like pointers. If there are topics you truly love, let me know and maybe we can do a more in-depth video because it gets a little crazy when we're always talking. So I'm going to make sure that you guys can see me so that I'm not talking to myself. Hi Leanne on YouTube, that's awesome. I'm going to check Facebook. Facebook is always slightly delayed, so if I don't see your comment, feel free to leave it again. I'll make sure that you guys can see me. So I think major and minor, just to even put them back to back and talk about them is really cool, and just the theory behind them. I'm going to kind of try to give you guys a little bit of theory background first. I think that's going to be the most helpful to you because I've noticed that in these lessons, the range of, where we're at can be really, really different. And I've noticed that a lot of you seem to appreciate when I kind of give some like back information. So let's go ahead and do that with theory. I like that because I remember my first teacher was always telling me, hi Matt, hi GT Dad, was always telling me, someone's gonna explain this to you about 8 times and then it's gonna make sense. And it's kind of true. So if theory doesn't totally sink in with you right away, please don't worry or feel like it won't. All right, let's see. Okay, so on Facebook, let me know if you can see it all right. It looks a little crazy when I'm looking at it, but I want to make sure that it's okay. All right, so the most basic I can get with even just discussing major and minor, I'm just refreshing Facebook, so I'll check on you guys in a second, is, depending on how new you are, I feel like when I was younger and stuff and I started out in lessons, I felt like teachers just kind of taught me songs and they didn't teach me much of anything else. And so maybe my playing seemed at one level, but my knowledge was really at a totally different level. And so when I spent more time and I got more and more into it, went to college for these things and, learned way more, or just even teachers that I thought explained it better, I ended up learning a lot and I ended up kind of understanding what I had learned. So whatever your level is, whatever your experience is, hopefully this helps. And sometimes just hearing someone explain it differently than yourself might open up some new doors. Facebook, say hi if you can hear me. Cool. YouTube is always great. So the most basic thing is obviously major and minor set apart as 2 different things. Major can sound happier and minor sounds sadder. I prefer minor because I just think it's more fun. I know that that's weird, I guess, but for me, I play a lot of metal and shred stuff, so like I just like those tones a lot. And music is obviously expression, so I think I'm a pretty happy person and I like minor music maybe because that's not how I am every day. So that's kind of where I go to. So the most basic thing would be to let you guys know, oh, cool. Hi, Mike. Hi, Lynn. Cool. Hi, Paul. Awesome. Very cool. I'm glad. So, like, I like those kind of things. Or those things. So, I made some notes on what I want to talk about, so I might get sidetracked, but I'll try not to. Hi, Walter. Sorry, I'm also going back and forth between Facebook and YouTube. So, oh, you probably couldn't even see me play that. It really was me. So, back to talking about major and minor just as their own entities. So major, you know, it's happy. It's like, I don't know, it reminds me of just like pop music, like not just the Beatles because they have such a big range, but it's just very happy sounding, and you can really hear that when I'm going to flat this third, and you're going to hear this dramatic change. So all of a sudden it's like literally night and day. It's happy, like rainbows and sunshine, and then it's like, uh-oh, rain and darkness, and it's totally different, right? So, and if you look at a chord that's as simple as an A major, where I just take these 3 fingers, my pointer, my second, or my middle, sorry, and my third, my ring, and I place them on the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings inside the 2nd fret. I'm going to strum from the 5th string down, and I just get this really bright sound, right? On a piano, theory is a lot easier to see because it's laid out literally black and white. The guitar, usually our open note, you know how we decide to use open notes sometimes, that's going to be our most dominant note and our main note. But it's not always stacked the same. Like an A major would be an A major would be a C sharp and an E, and an A minor would be an A, C, E. But it's not always just so clean like that. So ready? I'm going to strum from here. And then when we see A minor, which you probably know, we just moved our 3rd, which was actually held down by our ring finger on the 2nd string. We moved it down. So that was our C sharp, and I moved it to a C. So a half step. So on the guitar, a half step is just right next to each other like Jaws. Right? And on the piano, it could be white key to black key, or those 2 spots where there's no black key. It could just be those 2 white keys right next to each other. So that is the most basic thing in theory, right? We build a chord off of we call it a triad, so just a normal chord, a 3-note chord, tri, right, is a root, a 3rd, and a 5th. In minor, it's a flat 3rd. So that's the biggest difference. So that's what, but you'll hear it, like it doesn't sound like that big of a difference. Just move a note 1 little half step, but you definitely will hear it. Right? It's like night and day. So, and that's just 1 note altered. I'm gonna check in on you guys really quick. Hello, Christopher. Cool. Cool. Hi, Ben. Hi, Scooter. Hi, Rob. That's awesome. Yeah, so a couple ways to look at this is I want you to kind of walk away from this understanding a little bit more theory than you did before, and I also want you to walk away knowing how to kind of change scales by looking at them that way, and just different ways to approach things. So when I hear that topic, I think, okay, I made some notes. So major, minor keys, you know, the third, there's also a really easy way to relate major, minor. So this could mean like, okay, if you're soloing, are you trying to change your A minor licks to A major licks because, or just try to see those different patterns? Or are you trying to change between 2 completely different scales, or roots, or, you know, anything? So a couple tricks. So we just talked about theory a little bit. You know, within an octave, we are working. So an octave is a root all the way to the 8. So it would be when it repeats itself. So we have a root, a 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th octave. So that's our same note, just a little bit higher. To find your relative major, so to hear just how things sound different, I saw some songwriting exercise where they would show you like an A minor chord, an E, and then they would do the relative majors, C and G. And so how you find things like that, and those are actually all in the same key, but how you find things like that are the 3rd in a minor scale is your major, so it would be called your relative major. It's the same thing. The 6th in a major scale is your relative minor. So for example, the most simple scale, because it has no sharps and flats, is C. So C major goes C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, right? If you were to count all the way up to your 6th, you would get what note? And there's a delay, so you probably won't be able to tell me in time. But you would get an A, and it would be A minor. So C major and A minor actually use all of the same notes. But the way that you address it, like the way that you're playing that scale, is why it feels different. So when you're playing A minor, you're really focusing on hitting those roots and hitting maybe the third of A minor or the fifth. And that's where, you know, you're resolving on the fifth or the root or things like that. So that sound really, really good in A minor, which is not the fifth and the root, obviously, of C major. But all of the notes are the same. So that's kind of cool. That means, you know, if you're wanting to just make something sound weird, you can try and focus on it in minor. But it's also a quick way to kind of adjust. So my recommendations would be, if you're trying to solo on something so there's like a few different ways to work on it, right? So if you get a big chord progression and say that chord progression, you're not sure what to solo in, a lot of times the root chord, the first chord, is pretty safe, so you can start there. So, you know, like C major, you would do C Ionian, or A minor, you do A minor. If you go on and you find that something's not adding up, you can kind of address it like that. You can either totally shift and just play whatever that chord is, that scale that would go with it, that partners with it, or you can kind of, depending on how much theory you know, you can kind of take out the notes that aren't flattering there. You can use a passing tone. You can do anything you want. I always really liked that game that I, you know, grew up really liking shred stuff, so I liked that game that Jason Becker and Marty Friedman used to play, where they would just play horrible keys for each other. Like, they would change, they wouldn't think at all, they just play horrible sounding things, and the person soloing would have to just make it sound good and work their hardest to try to do that. So they'd bend till they got to the right note, or they'd do something crazy like that. But that's something that you can do. Like, say your chord progression is A minor, C, G, like, you can solo in your A. Oops, sorry, I was really tuned down. So, say, oh, you know what? I'm gonna check in on you guys really quick. How to solo when your guitar headstock is broken. That happened to me today. Yeah, that sucks. I've had that happen. I have, a long time ago, if you guys have been following Guitar Control for a while, I have this white guitar that's, it's all white, and it's called a Monarch, and hi Ben from Denmark. I really loved that guitar. That was my first custom before I started playing that lace one. And just the color was custom, but it was kind of cool for me. Awesome, Wesley. That's really cool. Sorry, Mike. I like delay. Oh, unless it's delay in the video, then I don't like that. Hi, Tim. So for me, for headstocks, for broken headstocks, I feel your pain. I have this white guitar now that just the paint was different, but my very first guitar I got from my endorsement when I started working with Monarch was this Goddess guitar that was black, and I loved that guitar, and I thought it was so cool, and I felt like so great that I had like earned this guitar, and I got to play this guitar at all these like shows and stuff, like these trade shows like NAMM and other ones. Like, I got to, so my first like one I got to do, I flew out, I guess, you know, to Seattle. This was a while ago. So I flew out to Seattle to play at some rocker girl guitar convention thing, and I was so excited about it. And I leaned my guitar against my car, and it was in a really bad case because I was recording and I was in a rush to like get to this convention, and I thought I was like overdoing, like, I don't know, I thought I was like killing it, like, oh, I'm getting all these things ready, I'm gonna record this cool song and have this thing to give them, and everything's gonna be awesome. And I shut the car door, and the guitar fell, and it snapped. The headstock snapped off. And ever since then, that headstock has come off many, many times. So make sure you get it fixed right the first time. So just wood glue and let it sit, and just be really patient. Mine got fixed overnight, and I brought it to the convention, and I had to show them that I broke their guitar, but it's okay. They like me now. I don't know if they liked me then. They probably didn't. But they are cool with me now. But I was heartbroken. But I guess, you know, had some love. But I know some people think that they sound better or they're stronger when they do that. I don't think mine ever broke in the same place. But make sure you don't drop it, and make sure you get it fixed right the first time. So just wood glue and sitting that out for a long period of time. Okay, cool. So, hi Denmark, hi everybody. Awesome. So, let's get back to where we were. But yes, I'm so sorry. I don't think I can do a lesson video on that, but I can tell you I do totally feel your pain. And actually, while we are talking right now, I do want to give you guys a discount code for hanging out with me. So I'm going to slip this in while we are chatting. This is for Killer Guitar Control Secrets. So this DVD is all about playing from your heart. I think this DVD is very awesome and very cool, and I was so excited when Claude was telling me about this because this is really something that people don't teach. So in these lessons and stuff, I really try to talk to you guys more about like concepts and stuff to ignite things within yourself so that you do your own thing, because I truly think that that's the best thing about music is when you're expressing yourself and you're doing your own thing. It's cool to learn other people's songs and it's cool to, you know, try to emulate somebody else, but at the end of the day, that person exists and you want to be yourself, or at least I want you to be yourself. So check it out. I mean, it's like, haven't you ever really liked a band but they sound just like another band you like and you're kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of weird? You want to be your own guitar player and have your own voice on the guitar. So this is all about kind of getting there. This is more the concept of how do people get like the music in their head out. Like how does a Hendrix become a Hendrix? How does a Paul Gilbert become a Paul Gilbert, or Steve Vai become a Steve Vai, or Joe Satriani, or Kirk Hammett? Like, how do these heroes, like, how do they do this? Like Santana, and Eric Clapton, like, how does this happen? So this is all about, oh, Mike, I did cry. He said he would have cried when he broke his guitar. I did. Surprise. No, I'm kidding. But I did. But here it is. So this is all about playing from your heart, and this is going to go over 3 main things. So it's going to go over technique, which is, you know, when you guys are always saying, like, play a shred thing or anything, that's all these things. So technique is all, like, control in these things like, you know, legato, vibrato, hammer-on, pull-off, speed picking, sweeping. These are all techniques, right? And I like to think of technique, too, as, like, how you control the instrument. So I'm going to pin that to the top of Facebook. That's your discount code for hanging out with me. So thank you. The next thing is going to be fretboard knowledge, which is kind of what we're talking about right now. We're trying to talk about some theory. You're going to talk about scales, chords, arpeggios. That is your fretboard knowledge. And then hand-brain connection. So this, I think, is the most important thing. This is getting the music in your head out of your hands. So make sure you check that out. All right. Oh, you're welcome. Hi, Mr. Pirate Brain. New here and video is really choppy. Huh. Is the video choppy for anybody watching it? It's fine for me. Hi, Adam. I'm so sorry to hear that. If you're having trouble, maybe try and hop over on Facebook and see if it's better there, or this video will just be on our channel after that. So make sure you stick around and check that out. So when the hour or the, you know, there's not that much time left, but when we wrap up after Q&A, it will be just on the channel. So I'm really sorry. I don't think it's the video though, because no one else has said anything. But I'm sorry. I hope it's good. But yes, check out that discount code, and thank you guys. I love seeing the same people returning and new people. It's really, really cool. All right, so cool. I guess I'm good on Facebook. So Adam on YouTube, why don't you hop on over to Facebook and see if that helps. Oh, I'll back it up if you want. 15% off for hanging out. It's going to get notified when you go live. How do I do it on YouTube? Oh, awesome question. So Jim is asking, he thought he was going to get a notification when I hit the live button. So if you guys want those notifications, make sure you go to our channel and click the bell. So when you go to the YouTube channel, you'll see, you know, our name and everything, and then there's a little picture of a bell, and you just click that. And in a lot of my other videos on the playlist and stuff, you'll see that I point at the bell. You can see exactly where the bell is, but it should be, so you see me here, there's text down here, and then like our name and the bell. So make sure, it's probably a mirror image though for you, so, oh man, I'm not gonna be able to do that, but it'll probably be really funny for you to watch me try to figure it out. But click the little bell, and then you will get a notification when we go live or when we have new videos up. So make sure you do that, because it'll go straight to your phone and tell you like that we're on. So, and other than that, you can always, almost always predict that I will be here on Tuesday and Thursday. Every once in a while, we have a little shift in when I'm here, but usually Tuesday, Thursday at 7 Central is really solid. But again, Monday, this coming Monday, I will be doing a live stream instead of Tuesday for the 4th of July. So make sure you check that out. And keep sending these topics. These are 100% from you guys, so I appreciate it. Awesome. Show you my best. You and your Les Paul's best. This is not a Les Paul. This is actually a super awesome ESP. So this is a really cool ESP. My fiance's played for them for years, and his guitar rep actually is the one who introduced us at the NAMM show, so that is the most guitar story of all time. Maybe you guys can appreciate that. But this ESP I love. I use this a lot in these streams. It's really cool because the sparkle like picks up really well on the camera, but it also has these fret markers and everything that you guys prefer. My Monarch, my custom Monarch, isn't always as popular with you guys on these because it has no fret markers and it's always tuned down. So this is my teaching guitar. So it's just a cool guitar, and yeah, it just kind of, it's fun for these bends. This guitar makes me feel more like Zakk Wylde than my other guitar, which is kind of cool. Alright, so, oh, you don't have to be sorry, it's okay that you didn't know it was an ESP. Thanks, Seth. Alright, so back to the topic. Oh, am I in, oh, sorry, I missed one of the questions. Shred something out real quick. Alright, thank you. Am I in a band? I'm not in a band right now. I've been in bands. I love being in a band. I've done, most of my stuff has been kind of like hired gun. I kind of started really young doing trade shows, like being the demoist, and I kind of went that route, and I taught a lot, and I've been in bands, and I really do enjoy that, but I'm mostly hired, which is cool. I just did a soundtrack for this album called Guns, the album. It's like on Billboard right now in People, which is really cool. I got to do a little guest solo, so I just did that. That was really, really cool. You can see it on Spotify. I'm on the song American Gun, or Guns. I'm the solo in the intro. But right now, I'm more so doing my own album. So I'm working on a shred album. So I want that to be something I can share with you guys soon. That's awesome, Chris. Thank you. All right, so let's get back to where we were, which hopefully I can remember. And if not, I'm sure you can remind me or I'll figure it out. I watched the interval ear training video late last night and loved it. Oh, that's so cool. I'm so glad. Thank you, Jim. I'm really glad. Thank you, Ahmad. I appreciate that. Okay, cool. So let's get back to the point. So I was saying that when you approach something and you have a progression and you have this certain order that you're kind of used to right now, you know, like you're sitting there and you're soloing and it's A, C, G, and you're in your A minor. But say you're getting creative with your songwriting and you're going A minor, C, G, and then you want to change your song and not go to E minor and keep it all minor based, you go to E major. That's totally going to change it, but a really cool sounding progression in its own. So the cool thing about that is you can stay on that A minor scale for those first 3 chords, right? But when we get to these other notes, so when we get to our E major does not, it has sharps and flats in it. So you can kind of get away with it, but you kind of can't. But you can also find the notes that are similar. So my suggestions would be finding notes that are similar. So the E major scale has 4 sharps. So it has F sharp, G sharp, C sharp, and D sharp. So you need to avoid those notes or play them. So you can either look at your scale that you know and kind of add in those notes, or you can leave them out, or you can kind of just do a transition lick, you know, leaving them out, or you can totally switch scales and then just approach that chord as E major. that would probably be a little bit harder unless you kind of try to find the pattern that you really understand that falls into place. So that's what I would do in that situation. We are like totally running out of time. We only have 5 minutes left. So one of the other things that I really wanted to talk about was, you know, we talked a little bit about basic theory, but I also wanted to talk, I'm actually going to go back there because I see my notes, I left something out. So we talked about finding the relative major and the relative minor. We talked about what to do in a situation where you're thrown out of your element in the scale that you're using. And then, actually, I'm going to make sure you guys are okay. Cool. Thank you, Raymond. Thank you, guys. I unfortunately don't have Facebook. Oh, I'm sorry, Tone Seeker. That's a bummer. I don't know what I can do to help you at this moment just because nobody else is experiencing it, but I hope that when this video processes and goes to our YouTube page that you can see it and that you don't have those problems. And if not, leave a comment and I'll do my best to fix it for the next time so that we're not in a bad spot. All right, cool. All right. So, so let's see. Cool. All right. So, sorry. Is everybody okay? You can see everything? Okay. All right. The next thing that I wanted to do was just have you be able to see things when you're looking at a note, be able to kind of like, when you're looking at a scale, I talked about wanting you guys to be able to change them. So, let's see. Okay. Okay, sorry. All right, so I wanted you guys to, sorry, I'm trying to read everything. Cool. Okay, so I wanted you guys to be able to kind of see things like the, oh, sorry, it's like restarting. Awesome, thank you, Joy. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Tone Seeker. Okay, so I want you guys to kind of see things within the scale that you already know too. So say I was telling you guys that I really love the A minor scale. So say, or, you know, minor scales in general. So say that you're playing your A minor and you're going, let's just do one octave of it. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going 5th fret, 6th string. Then I'm going 6th string, 7, 8. And then I go same thing on the 5th string, same frets. And then on the 4th string, I just go 5, 7. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I already told you that when we get to our, when I change from minor to major, that I have a flat third. So let's try and change that. So we're not going to use a flat third anymore. So I go 1, 2, but now 3 isn't going to be here. It's going to be raised up a half step. So to play the actual major position that I'm going to show you, let's just actually move our starting note to not use our pointer. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Our 4, so we go, it's right there. So 4 is the same. And then 5 is the same. 6, though, is not the same. So instead of a flat 6, we're going to raise it up a half step, right? And play it right there. And then I raise that 7 from here. So from the 5th fret, 4th string to the 6th fret, 4th string, and then octave is the same. So now my major scale became, instead of, so I just want you to be able to see that when you're playing lick. So say you're in your A minor and you're, what would you do when you get to major pentatonic? Well, that would be the major pentatonic shape. Instead of, we would go, so instead of, just like little changes like that. Or if I'm going to go ahead and do these like 3-note per strings, I really love the major 3-note per string. I just think it's such a cool shape. So So grab your guitar really quick. I know we're supposed to do Q&A, so go ahead and keep asking questions and I'll answer them, but I'm going to show you this shape really quick. So on the 6th string, I go root, so I go 5, and then I use my middle finger because I have this big stretch because I'm going whole step, whole step. So 5, 7, 9, and then I do that on the next string. Then so that was the 5th string. On the 4th string, I go 6, 7, 9, and I do the same thing on the 3rd string. And then on the 2nd string, I go 7, 9, 10, and the same thing on the 1st string. So that's a really cool shape, but why I was going to show you that is because say you're doing the speed picking licks we've worked on before, you go. How would you do it in major? I would just change it. So I just think that's a really clear visual way to see it. So from here to now. So the sound difference is minor, major. So you can kind of also alter the licks that you already play to make them like that. All right, so now it is Q&A time. I am going to give you this code one more time. So check out our Killer Guitar Control Secrets. This is all about playing from the heart, and it's all about finding your own voice on the guitar. So technique, we're gonna cover fretboard knowledge. I think this is a mirror image, and I think it's a mirror image. Hand-brain connection. So it's in your head, out of your hands. So it's all about becoming just the best you, like the best guitar player that you want to be, and finding your voice on the guitar, and just getting your creativity to kind of also go in line with your ability. So make sure you check out this DVD. I'm going to give you that code one more time for hanging out with me. If you haven't already, please check out our YouTube channel. So we have free videos all the time, seriously, every day, at least 1 to 2. There's also playlists, tons of videos, playlist full of tons of videos for myself and others, so be sure to check it out. All right, I'm going to leave this in Facebook. Okay. That's the next instead of box pattern. I just did. You rock. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, my music. So Jim, just search my name, Stephanie Pickard. So I have, I'll be having some stuff coming out soon. I'm pretty active on like Instagram with videos, so I'm shredding at those. So I'll leave my name so you guys can find it. But my Instagram and everything is shredding. It doesn't, no one can ever pronounce it, so I guess it's good I got to say it. And I will be having stuff up really soon on my website. That will be up soon too. And just stay tuned. So I'm on Facebook and stuff too. So my name is Stephanie Pickard. So thank you guys. But it's changing actually. So it will be Stephanie Bradley. So maybe look up that because they'll be different in like 2 months. Thank you for listening. I wish you. Oh, of course. I'm sorry you guys didn't receive the notification. I'll say something if Redskin. Oh gosh, that sounds weird. Sorry, that's your username. Can you tell me if you clicked that bell? Let me know if you clicked that bell. Let me grab this really quick. So this is for YouTube. Thank you guys. Check out our Killer Guitar Control Secrets, all about playing from the heart and finding your own voice on the guitar. I did not see your question. I will try to scroll up and see if I can find it. Oh, thank you, Walter. That's so cool. I really appreciate that. Yes. So that's actually something I was going to say. So that's a great question. So another way to kind of find another way to play a scale shape that you don't always know, this is also a really cool trick, is when so say you're playing your pentatonic scale or whatever scale you want to take, and you're playing it in minor. So what I did was I used a major pentatonic shape on top of so using off the same root, because I just wanted to see within the same box. But David's question was, can't you also just move back a whole step? It's not quite a whole step, but if you replace your finger, so another way to play major, I hope this comes out clear, but if I were to take my pinky and replace it where my pointer was and play that same scale, but now that note is this note, that's also a way to play major. And whenever you play a scale like that, always end and start on your root, but yeah. Or minor. So yes, Yes, very good question. Awesome. So, I checked your YouTube lesson videos and give... Oh, thank you so much. That's really cool. I really appreciate that. Awesome. I'm so glad you guys are enjoying these. It's so cool to see you. Yes, I will see you Monday. Yes. So, Jim is asking if I do private online lessons. I do. You are welcome to hit me up and take lessons from me. So that would be awesome. I will be doing it, just, you know, I do them on like Skype and stuff, and I do them in person somewhat, but not as much as I used to. So, yeah, you can just email me. I think it's, I don't remember the email. Oh my gosh, that's really bad. Message me on Facebook. Let's say that. So my name is Stephanie Pickard. Cool. Not everyone can do 3-note per string stretch. You know, if you can't, find a way. Like, so I had this friend that had really, really small fingers, and she was a female guitar player, and she used to do the most impressive things because she'd take a 3-note and she couldn't stretch because she was really small, but she would always like tap it instead. And she became like this crazy tap guitar player by doing all that kind of stuff. So always find your own method. I mean, if Django Reinhardt can play with like 2 or 3 fingers, so can you, or you can try. So yeah, message me on one of those sites if you do want to take private lessons. That's awesome. Overdrive shreds my brain. Aw, Michael says he always comes in at the end. Well, make sure you tune in at 7, so 7 Central. Come in an hour before you are coming in. That's so cool. Oh, that's very cool. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, so thank you guys. If you have any more questions, I will answer them. If not, oh, that's really cool. Oh, thank you. That's really, really cool. Awesome. So, thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys tuning in and checking these out. I'll leave you this code one more time. Thank you for checking out my live streams. I will be back on Monday with a new topic. So these topics are from you guys. Check out our website. I get a lot of these from our Guitar Gods Club. So if you're in that club, I think I'm getting a lot of topics from you guys. So thank you so much, and thank you for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. I'll leave this one more time. Awesome. And then, yeah, it's just a great way to kind of learn how to get your own voice out there. Oh, thanks, Seth. I really appreciate that. All right. Well, thank you, guys. If you have any more questions, I will answer them. And otherwise, I will see you guys Monday. David, email me. That's more of an email question. So email me and I'll let you know. Or, sorry, write me on Facebook. So for those of you asking for lessons, that's awesome. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I wasn't doing them online for a while, but I have some openings, so I am going to pick them back up. So if you are interested in private lessons, go ahead and write me on one of those things on some kind of social network that you see me on. And make sure you check in every week for these. Guitar Control has been awesome. I love teaching through here, so make sure you guys check out these streams every Tuesday and Thursday, of course, with the exception of Monday, next Monday. And please go to our YouTube channel. And for those of you that were saying you're not getting these notifications, make sure you click that bell so that you will get these. And I have tons of free lessons on Guitar Control's YouTube too. So leave comments about videos you guys want to see, lesson videos, song videos, technique videos, whatever you're having trouble with. And they might pop up in one of these or with me or one of our other teachers on our site. So check out guitarcontrol.com, check out youtube.com/guitarcontrol, and I will see you guys soon. And make sure you click that bell. So that's how you guys are going to get these notifications of when we're live. And definitely check out this DVD. And thank you for hanging out. So that's your discount code. I'll give it to you all one more time so you have it. But yes, this is about just finding your own voice on the guitar. And I really think that's what guitar is all about, and that's when it's the most fun. You really don't want to just sound like somebody else, because they already exist, you know. You want to be the innovative one. And I'm sure if you're like me, you do have your own things like going in your head and you want to figure them out. So make sure you check it out. All right. Thanks, guys. I will see you next. Wait, I will see you Monday.